Welcome to the Crypt of Wax, where we cover the latest metal releases. Today we are talking Mysterivm Xarxes in the white static of the liminal void. I believe, Mike, that I read that this is his fourth full length, but he's done a lot more releases than that, hasn't he? He's a busy dude.
Is this categorised as a full length? I wonder if it was an EP because it's only 3 main songs, isn't it? And then you got the outro as well.
True, yeah, but it is over half an hour in length, so maybe a mini album potentially. But
I'd go mini album.
Yeah, but I did read that it said full length, so I don't know. However you want to class this, it is another Mysterivm Xarxes release.
Well, he is a busy. I mean, this is the 3rd release of his we have done. Feels like in as many months, but I mean, at least in the last 6 months, right?
Yeah, I think this is the second Xarxes, but the other one was Al Daydroff, wasn't it?
Al Daydroff as well. And you know what, John? I've got to say, this might be the best of the 3.
I might have to agree with you, Mike. So for those new here, we don't talk about these off air. We just pick a record and just talk about it on here. So it's a bit.
We're a bit late to this one, aren't we? And it was kind of my fault because I thought, we've already done 2 albums, but should we be doing another one?
You thought,
but then
you thought, are we giving this guy too much airtime?
Well, I mean, look, can we say he's a friend of the show? He sent us a nice message.
He is, yeah, friend of the show, Homvnkvlvs.
Friend of the show, yeah. And I thought, it's sort of 3 releases in that sort of time, a bit overkill. But I'm glad we did, and because of that, I put off kind of listening to it weirdly. I didn't really, because we were trying to find other stuff, trying to delve into other releases. So, but when I finally put this on, I'm very pleased we're covering it.
Yeah, it was one that I was. I kind of checked it out when it came out, and it had been on quite a heavy rotation. So when we did decide to kind of actually put it on the show, I was.
You were there, John. You were ready.
I was already ready. I had everything all good to go. So that's good. But yeah, I agree, Mike, with what you were saying. I think this might be the best what he's done from what we've covered. Anyway, I feel that it pushes the boat out with a few different styles, but still keeps it all quite entwined in that kind of raw atmospheric black metal. I guess like a quick overview if you don't know who this guy is. It's a one man band, raw atmospheric black metal, and
Austrian. He's from Austria, isn't he?
He is, yeah, I believe so, and he does it really well. And I think I think the more I was listening to it, the more I realized I enjoy it so much because of the drumming. I think the drumming, and because he is a drummer and he is live drums, it just does add an extra level into it rather than just your kind of drum machine stuff.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, the energy on the drums is amazing, and the sound he gets for it. It's raw, but you can pick out. It's very raw, but you can pick out every individual. Nothing feels buried.
No,
and everything feels sat in its right place. I think I did put in a message to you about this, though. I know we don't really talk much about it, but I wondered if he was. I wouldn't mind knowing his background, his drumming background, because I feel like he's got a bit of a hardcore energy to some of his drums, or like a extreme kind of, in the sense, like a power violence or grindcore kind of thing. It's got a bit of that energy to it, which I really like. It works really well.
Yeah, some of the beats he does choose does have that kind of hardcore influence. And I was thinking this because when you did say that to me, like, I wonder if he was in a hardcore band. When you get to, I guess we'll jump around a bit here, but like track 3, track 2, when all remains is emptiness, there was a shift at around like 5 minutes or so, and it went very it almost went a little bit like post metal / post hardcore. The shift changed entirely from like raw black metal, but still had that kind of feeling, but it was just a lot more uplifting. Then when it all kind of kicks in with the drums and stuff, it did go really post hardcore, like, all, dare I say, Hopes Fall-esque, that kind of vibe.
This is one thing I really loved about his sound in general. I feel like he really navigates the whole second wave kind of black metal sound mixed with the sort of more post metal influence, like US black metal kind of sound. He straddles it so well. Even in one riff, he'll be doing like these kind of real icy chords, but then the next chord he'll pick within it will then be quite post like melodic,
Yeah.
and then it will shift back down into it, and it fits it so well, and it really changes. It has that, it sort of flips between this light and darkness
Yeah.
almost constantly throughout, and he does it so well. It's really really good, man. I've had a great time on this. And track 2 in particular, I think it's that, dare I say it, with the whole post hardcore thing, but
Yeah.
I was getting such nostalgia vibes listening to that
Yeah.
song. Like, it was the chords he was using and things just took me back to being young and into those kind of post-hardcore, post-metal bands, from the early noughties. And I loved every second of it.
Yeah, I was thinking when listening to this, I was like, Mike's going to be all over this track. It had that.
I was, mate. And it's one of the best songs I've heard this year. Like, it's so good.
I think, like you were saying, he shifts between the two very well. But like, I think that's one thing he does overall with a lot of things. Like, he'll shift between tempos a lot. Like on a dime,
Yeah,
it will
yeah.
go from like insane blast to like really slow, kind of drawn out moments, and then inject a kind of hardcore kind of beat into it, like or a more punk aesthetic back into a blast. But it will all happen within like a couple of bars, and it will all. I think that's what he's like. He shines at, just like his
Yeah.
changing tempos and like keeping. Like, I'm a huge fan of when there's like a slow moment, like a slow riff and a slow beat, and then the blasts come in, but keeping the guitars
Yeah,
slow.
yeah, yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah.
I love
Yeah,
when,
that's cool.
I love
Yeah.
when black metal bands do that, and he's a big fan of that. And I just big
Yeah.
fan when that happens. Did you have a standout song, Michael? Was it 2?
There was 2, yeah. Yeah, yeah. I mean, actually, I enjoyed all of it. All 3 songs I thought were great, and I had a really good time. Of the main songs proper, and even the outro, I loved that. I thought that was a great short piece of music in its own right. It had this kind of, early synth kind of music. There with the sample over the top, the
The
vocal
spoken
sample. It was a
word.
bit kind of
I,
it was like Vangelis, wasn't it? Blade Runner-y sort of. Yeah.
it was very much that style. I want to say it's him speaking. I have a feeling it might be
Oh,
him.
really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Let us know in the comments. Friend of the show.
Yeah. Or you can send us a
Yeah,
message.
yeah. Just
We
let
don't
us
mind.
know. But I for some reason,
John, pop your number on the
yeah, send me a DM. Send me a WhatsApp.
thing.
I have a feeling that I don't know why. It felt natural for it to be him speaking, and I think vocally he was doing more on this record than he
Yeah, I
potentially
agree.
had done on previous ones. There was track 3. There was a moment around 4 minutes. There was like a tom build up on the tom section, but there was like
Yeah.
a deeper, more almost death metal vocal that kind of went over it, and it was really good, man.
I noticed that he brought in a lot more of the lower end stuff on there. I thought his vocals were excellent on this, and they really sort of shifted between the high shrieks and the low parts as well. And did he do some wails in there? He did,
There's a
didn't he? There
few
was some wailing in there as well.
a few higher shrieky wails, and there were a few moments where it sits on that right cusp of weird, which I love in a black
Yeah, yeah,
metal
yeah, yeah,
vocal.
yeah,
Really cool. And yeah, I guess I wanted to touch on the production as well, like you did earlier. I think this is like a perfect raw black metal
yeah.
production. Like you said, there was so much clarity, but it didn't sound like shiny or polished or anything like that. It was perfect. And I believe, Mike, that he records the drums through just an iPhone speaker, for an iPhone mic.
Yeah, yeah, that's insane, man. That's unreal. But the one thing that's amazing. I sort of like stew on that, because that's like
It's crazy.
the drums the drums sound
Mic'd.
big.
Yeah.
Yeah, they sound big, like everything's picked out perfectly. Nothing's not, it's quite amazing, the kind of levels
Yeah.
of the drums feel very balanced. I actually listened back to the album he did before this that we covered, just because I wanted to do a comparison on the production. Because I remember when I was listening to this, I remember thinking of the last one, that the production before, I had to have it on headphones to really pick out things,
Yeah.
whereas this felt a lot more clear.
Yeah.
And actually, when you go back and listen to the album in comparison, the production really is a level above on this album. Actually, the production's perfect on this. It really is,
Yeah.
and it's crazy. It's a one man got. It's one guy doing this, because what I get from this production was it feels almost like, like a really good live recording of a band in
Yeah.
their studio, like, and they're in a practice room, like jamming it out, and they've mic'd everything up to do like
Like
maybe a demo
demoing.
or something.
Yeah.
It's got that it's got that like live band in a room kind of energy, and that's quite a cool thing to be able to accomplish as just one person.
For me, yeah, 100% agree, and I think that is down to the drums. I think like having those
Yeah,
live
yeah,
drums.
yeah,
I
absolutely.
think bringing those live drums in, it's like it's like a game changer, man, for solo black metal.
Yeah.
It really is. Um, yeah, I just really enjoyed this. And you mentioned the outro, Mike, being like a kind of just a shorter Cynthia kind of
Mm.
moment. Normally, you're not a fan of that kind of thing, are you? But it seems to be this took you
No,
here.
no, that's not true.
I thought you weren't a
That's not
fan,
true.
especially of like.
I no no. I don't. What well, no what I've criticised before in the past is when bands might do something like an intro
Mhm.
that's like maybe a synth thing, but it's so pointless. Is what I mean. No, like this is I put I noted down on this. This is a great piece of music in its own right. And
Mm.
that kind of like early synth kind of music that it is I love that sort of stuff. What I said before is when when you hear a band that's like put an intro at the beginning of something, like just they've just held a synth note for like 10
Yeah,
seconds and then it kicks in, like, to me that's completely pointless, and that's why,
got you.
like, but not this at all. And what I liked about this is you had this kind of reoccurring noise that you had on the beginning of track one.
It's like a white noise almost, isn't
um
it? Like a static.
It's like a white noise, yeah, yeah. And then they brought it back in at the beginning of track three, and then in amongst four as well. So it had this kind of theme of it kind of throughout the EP. It almost had this like
Well, Mike, let me
found.
just jump in there. The album is called "In the
Go on.
White Static of the Liminal Void," so
Oh, of course. Oh yeah, it is. I've got that right in front of me.
nice. It's a
You
nice,
know, I had a surprise then.
nice tie-in, isn't it? Of
Yeah,
title to Sonics.
yeah. It almost had that kind of like it's been discovered sort of vibe.
Yeah, I know what
Do
you
you know, like
mean, man.
someone's like it's like a sci. It was cause with the outros. It was quite a sci-fi, and you had this like someone like tuning in
Yeah,
the static to then find this EP, mini album, whatever, full length.
yeah.
No. and then you got the synth bit. Yeah, I don't know. It can't, that's the kind of vibe I was getting from it, sort of by the end.
Yeah, and the cover art does have a kind of extraterrestrial, almost
Yeah, let me have a look. Yeah, yeah,
a bit
yeah,
like the Thing-esque sci-fi
yeah.
alien weirdery going on, which he did also paint himself. He is he's a
He's a
he's a
fucking talented guy, isn't
he's a
he?
talented dude,
Friend of
isn't
the
he?
show.
Yeah. But yeah, man, like it all ties in. Just it's a great package. Oh.
Yeah, man. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's, it's loads of them going out today, isn't there? And again, um, right. Is this coming out? Is this just a digital only thing? It doesn't seem to be. Does
Unsure.
he does he do much physical stuff? Like,
I think he does tapes.
yeah,
Unsure about vinyl. Watch this space,
loved
I
it. I'd
guess.
love to hear this on vinyl. I'd love to hear this on vinyl,
Yeah, it
wouldn't
would
you?
sound great, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
It would sound really cool.
No, it's really good, man. I really like it, and like I've only actually listened to it a few times, but I want to spend a lot more time with it. It's really it's up there for me, man. One of the best things I've heard this year, easily.
Yeah, it's got that I want to go back into it because it's not
Yeah.
long, is it? It's like what, half an hour?
No.
It's
And I tell you what, man, those songs, like what they're all roughly 9 minutes each, they don't feel 9 minutes at all. There's
no.
this flow, and the energy's so there that it keeps you in. Like I didn't want it to end. In fact, it's almost my only criticism of this is that I wish it was more.
Mm.
Like I was thinking, like, if you have, let's say, another song and then maybe another interlude or two, like the outro, and sort of driven up to like seven or eight songs
Yeah.
overall, that would have been. I think it would have been fucking amazing.
Yeah, that really could have worked, man. Because I was thinking this myself, like that outro almost did all. I feel like you could have put that as a penultimate song to lead up into a final
Yeah.
song, and
Yeah, yeah,
although it
yeah.
does work as an outro, it could have been like a kind of bridge for
Could have
more.
gone into something else.
Yeah,
Yeah.
basically, do more music.
Do more.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Which I don't think we have to ask him because he seems
He
to
seems
like doing a
busy.
lot of it.
Yeah, he seems busy. But yeah, but great record, man. Really enjoyed this release from Mysterivm Xarxes. Go check it out. We'll leave a link to the Bandcamp in the description so you can go and do that. But yeah, if you like what you heard today, give a like and a subscribe. We put out videos every Wednesday and Friday covering the latest metal releases. But let us know in the comments what you thought of this one, and we will check you. Check you.
Go on.
We'll see you
Yeah.
in the next one.
Yeah.
On the next one.
On the next
Yeah.
one.